It's moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project.
Well, welcome to session 4 of Young People Nation. And we have had such in-depth conversation with Dr. Ladovia Hope Washington. She is a master social worker. She's dedicated in her field of social work. She's a scholar, an advocate, and a passion for holistic wellness and mental health. And she is the founder of Mari for the Win. That's the number 4, win. Mm-hmm. And her daughter, Brayla, has written 2 books at the age when she was 5.
5 and 6, yep.
Yes. Wow. And so this mother is taking her children's gifts and she is going out there helping and doing great things. That's Brayla Sinai, LLC. And you'll find Brayla's books are on Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. And so women who are into the delivery of a doula, she is a certified holistic doula. Okay? This lady does a lot. She's a motivational speaker. She's a certified teen mental health and suicide prevention coach. Her son, Jamari, I don't know why I want to call him McCreary. I want to call him McCreary, made a decision that in 2022 to end his life. And so his mother, Dr. Washington, has taken on this, and she's using what happened in her life, this tragedy, this process, to help other parents to do a form of prevention. And also what I liked about what we talked about with you, Dr. Washington, you use artistic methods for children, because everybody doesn't want to go to a therapist. Yes. Everybody don't want to read the Bible.
Right.
Everybody don't want to take medication. Right. So I like how you unpacked another way of artistic methods to help young people, writing, music,
drama, poetry.
Yeah. Right. Whatever gives them that release.
Whatever they like. We're going to use it.
And you know what? That can help us as parents as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So in this session, we're going to talk about parenting from an unhealed place. You know, sometimes we're telling our children to go get help, but we need help.
Yes.
Because I do believe, especially it's something with, and you helped me with this because you are a certified doula. The connection of a mother and a child.
Oh, yes. In the womb.
Yeah, it's deep, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And so that it's like when even after you deliver the child, there's still this strong connection there. Am I correct?
Yeah, sometimes there's a strong connection.
Okay. And so if I'm unhealthy as a mother, that's going to affect my child.
And it's going to affect the relationship that you have with your child as well.
Talk about it.
Well, it can go, many different ways. If you're a mom and you can have a healthy pregnancy, you can have the connection, bond with your baby, while you're pregnant, the baby comes out, you have this strong emotional and physical bond with the baby that can, ultimately grow into a great connection with your children. But you think about it, I've seen it where moms are pregnant by somebody that molested them, somebody that they don't want to be with. So they resent the child that they're pregnant with due to the partner that they had, which drives a wedge between the relationship that they have once they have the child. I've had it where moms don't even, once they have the baby, they don't want to hold the baby once the baby is delivered. They take the baby to the nursery They don't want they have to, they have to take care of the child because they feel like they're obligated to because it's their child.
Mhm.
But
Right.
I've seen, children grow up and one sibling be treated different than the other sibling because of the relationship that, mom has had with the partner or the dad of one child versus the other.
Wow.
So the parenting styles are different.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
seen that before. Mm.
So it's real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It sure
Kind of
is.
lived it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he lived that.
Mhm.
He lived that.
It's
Yes.
real. And it's true.
Yeah, he lived that. Yes, he lived that.
Yeah, I
And-
seen an unhelpful relationship with a kid that was at youth challenge in there, and she came down to talk to her son, and she hauled off and punched him like she was Cassius Clay when she punched him in the jaw. I was like, no, but she punched him like she was a professional boxer.
Mm.
That's their relationship, violence.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I like how you talked about how it depends on who that mother had that child with.
Mhm.
Because if it was through rape or some other form and not a healthy place, there's not going to be a huge connection with that child and that mother.
Yeah. Sometimes, they can get into it, but that based on experiences that I've had,
Mhm.
there has been some disconnect between mom and baby.
So is there a recommendation of, for you're in social work, you've dealt with 12-year-olds having kids and
Oh,
being
yes.
pregnant and 14-year-old fathers.
Mhm.
What wisdom can you give when it's like that? Do you recommend to the mom go get some help?
Yeah, we take everything from an approach where we try to deal with the entire family.
Okay.
Whoever
Mhm.
is in that child's life
Okay.
during that time. We want to help everybody.
Okay.
We will recommend, counseling,
Mhm.
talking to the mom about, we don't necessarily want to. Sometimes they'll tell us how the situation happened, and sometimes they won't.
Okay.
But if they don't care to share it, it's what can we do moving forward?
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
what's going to happen is 9 times out of 10, the mom is going to be the one to raise that baby at such a, early age.
Yes.
And that drives up. What happens is we've seen where sometimes the dynamic between the mom and the daughter, there's some issues between mom and daughter because now the mom is raising the daughter's baby.
Mhm.
And it's almost like that's becoming the mom's child. So where does that leave the child?
Mhm.
Sometimes the mom, there's situations where we've seen the mom be very supportive of the child going back to school, getting her life together while she helps her raise the baby.
Mhm.
And there's situations where we've seen where mom and the daughter, they don't have a great relationship because the mom feels like, oh, this is my child now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
whatever you want to do, if you want to keep doing what you're doing, then that's fine. But the dynamic of that relationship sometimes changes as well.
Mm.
And so the child see grandmama as mama.
Yep.
Right.
Mm.
And that's what they'll call them.
Okay, and then call the birth mother by their first name.
Absolutely. We've seen it.
Oh yeah.
So how do breaking the cycle, because it becomes generational if we're not careful, correct?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So it has to start with, I guess, someone saying, taking accountability or saying, okay, it stops with me.
We have to, when I look at situations like this, I feel like we can't be afraid to get the necessary help that we need.
Mhm.
Sometimes we're so broken that we don't even know that we're broken.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just, try to move forward and do things to the best of our ability, because when we think about support, we think about the pastor at the church.
Yes.
Sometimes when we think about support, it's about calling this one girlfriend or your homegirl who's not going to give you the best advice.
Mhm, mhm,
It's
mhm.
about, taking things, we take things to God in prayer. But I
Yes.
always remind people that, yes, we can take things to God in prayer, but we have to be intentional on listening to what God tells us, because
Yes.
there are people in prospective places that is designed to help you when
Yes.
you're going through things like
Yes.
this. So,
Yes.
when we think about going to see a therapist, we don't do that.
Mhm.
That's what it's like in our community, that we don't go and see therapy and go to therapy. But now I'm slowly seeing that barrier come down.
Yes.
It's
yes.
okay. Talk to someone
Yes.
that you trust, even if it's not a therapist. Talk to someone who you feel like is going to give you better advice than someone who's going to just kind of fall into what you're saying. Don't just agree with everything I'm saying. Tell me things that I don't want to hear.
That's it.
So
yes, because that's a true form of communication. Because I need to let you know I love you, but you was wrong in that.
I'm gonna tell you this from a place of love, but
Yes.
this it's not gonna work like this.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yeah, and it starts with you.
It starts with you.
Yep.
Yes.
Accountability.
You have to want the help. We have to. We've gone through so much just as different generations that we have to want to heal.
Yes,
We're so broken that we don't even know that we're broken.
Mhm.
So we have to heal those places and spaces within our lives if we want to show up to be different from other people, especially
Yes.
our children.
yes, and that's where it's important to be able to sit down. Because like for me, I'm old enough to be your mom, but my mother did not share her mental health journey.
Right.
You follow me? So, but I'm very comfortable with sharing mine with my daughters. Okay, these are the things you don't need to do. And even as their father, he needs to share his, because the child is a combination of mom and dad.
Absolutely.
Whoever it was, it's a combination. So it is important to not mask in front of your children. Am I right? That's hard. But it's not like they don't see anyway.
Right.
Because they see it.
Yeah.
Our daughters had brought some things to our attention. I was like, you saw that? Yeah. Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
And sometimes it goes, they feel like you should, they want us to stay in the child's place. I used to hear that so much. Stay in the child's place, but you're doing everything in front of me.
Right.
I'm seeing it.
Yes.
So when I bring it back up, it's almost like, I shouldn't have saw that. I shouldn't have took that in. But what do I do with what I just saw?
Yes.
If my mom and dad had a argument or something, nobody ever came to me after the argument and try to let me know, well, this is what's taking place, and me and your dad is trying to figure it out. Nobody's ever came to me and said that. Whatever I saw is what I was left with.
Yes.
So I either got resentment to my mom or resentment to my dad or whoever I felt was wrong in the situation.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
yes.
that hurt me, and that you carry those things.
Yes. And my oldest daughter was telling me yesterday, I was sharing something with her, and she said what she did like about me, if I did something that I shouldn't have said towards their dad, she said, you apologized to the whole family. I said, really? She said, yeah, you used to do that. You used to apologize to everybody. I'm sorry, mom was wrong. And so those things are important.
Right.
That's a form of humility.
Right.
That I don't have it all together. Okay.
Well, it's also an example, because I had a soldier one time, and she said, I thought that a normal life was husband and wife fight, and then to go after that, they make love. And she often picked fights with her husband constantly because she thought that was the norm.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're right. It's whatever you're like, well, that's the norm, because that's what we grew up with, you know. And so just like we, and I know we're dealing with mental health, but also some women thinking, well, he didn't mean to hit me.
Yeah. Come from a family that's been abused all along.
Because they saw mama get popped, and mama just got on up, washed herself up, and went and cleaned and cooked, and if dad wanted to go off in the bedroom later, she it's like nothing never happened.
Becomes a norm.
And so therefore that becomes the norm. And then if I'm sure if you see your child, thank the Lord, I've my husband, he never put his hands on me. We don't, and you know what we said in the beginning before we even got married? He said this. He said, if I have to put my hands on you, it's time for us to part ways.
Right.
Yep.
And he said, okay, because I don't believe in that.
Right.
Okay. Look, back then I was 21. I was like, well, shoot, I don't believe in that either. You gonna hit somebody.
21, fine, and she had a brown belt.
But I ain't worried about no man putting their hand on me. But those are conversations that, you have to have, so you're always healing.
Oh, yeah.
You're always healing, because you look back, you be like, okay, you know what? I didn't even deal with that situation like I should have. my younger daughter Amber, when she was younger, we used to clash like no other. I'm like, I carried this kid.
Oh yeah.
Why we clashing like this?
Mhm.
But you know what? I went in prayer, and the Holy Spirit let me know I said something to her, and she's one that carries. She'll carry. She'll carry it.
I know what that feels
She'll,
like.
she'll carry it and treat you different now. Like, look,
Oh yeah.
like, I ain't forget what you said
You
to
gonna
me.
feel this.
However, I went to her. She was in high school. I went to her, and I apologized. She just broke down and started crying.
Mhm.
That was the breaking of what the tension that was going on between me and her. And so we have to be humble enough as parents to be like, you know what, I was wrong.
But you got to understand too, that started when before she was out of diapers.
Oh, the strong will.
Yeah. But the conflict
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah.
And it just carried through because we didn't recognize it.
Right.
Yeah, because she was strong. We were talking about that on the way here. It's like when I feel like, what's wrong with you? It seems like when you get popped, you okay. But, you know,
Yeah.
however, when I saw that tension with me and her, it was like, you know, I could say something and, you know, I ain't plead no disrespect now because you're not going to disrespect me. But I could tell it was not received.
Right.
And so, but when I went to God and the Holy Spirit reminded me, it was like a playback of what I said. I was like, I said that. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said that. So we don't want to keep carrying on unhealthy behaviors. Right. Am I right?
And sometimes I feel like if you have that conversation with your child and they let you know that you've done something to them, if you don't know how to respond right then and there, take that moment to think about, replay what happened and you know why they are hurt by that and go back and have that conversation with them because that could have been a deal breaker for them.
Yes.
That can make a child spiral. Things that parents say, things that parents do, and they feel like if the child said, well, you said this or you did that, and sometimes we respond, well, I'm your mama, I'm your parent, I can do that.
Right.
But sometimes we have to take that step back to say, I was wrong, or I could have said it differently, or what I meant by it was. But as your parent, even though you might still enforce what you said, sometimes it's how we say things.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, because a title doesn't give you room to be disrespectful.
Right.
I want to say in Ephesians that, it tells the children to obey your parents in the Lord, so things will go right with, but it also tells a father not to provoke their children to wrath. Right. You understand? So we as parents, we can provoke a child to an area. So when our children come back, when we have these conversations, the power of follow-up questions with your children and ignoring is not even an option.
Right. Oh, no, please don't let it be.
Because it's going to grow. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And so when it grows, then they're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and something happened back when they was 5.
Yep. And the first thing that they're going to say is, I feel like I can't talk to I feel like I can't talk to my parents. I hear that all the time.
Right.
That's one of the biggest things that I always hear. I'd be like, well, why aren't you talking to your parents? I don't feel like I can talk to them. I don't feel like they're a safe space. I can tell you, I hear that about 95% of the time when I talk to the youth.
Give some wisdom on how parents can be a safe space from your perspective, and not in your professional and your experience.
I would say just be loving. Do it with love. If you're going to have a conversation with your child, I'm not saying you have to be their friend. You don't have to go in and be their friend. You can be who you are. Yes. But you have to go in and you have to listen without judgment. And you have to be okay with hearing hard things because our children would tell us some stuff that will crush our spirits. We don't want to hear it, but we need to hear it so that we can mend and fix what's there so that we can grow and move forward, in a healthier way. Because like you said, children will hold on to things forever. Yes. And they won't talk about it because they don't feel like it's safe enough to tell them what's hurt them, what's bothering them. I hear that all the time.
Yes.
Stuff that has happened in their past. My mom did this for my sister, but didn't do this for me.
Yes.
They
Yes.
will hold on to that until the end of time. But nonchalantly, mom didn't even think about it
Yes.
and didn't know that this is what's driving a wedge between me and my child.
Yes.
But you need to hear that. But you need to also create that space where they can say those things to you.
Yes, yes. And so, yeah, because it can be painful when they tell you, because it's their truth.
Right.
And you know, we want the truth, but do we want the truth? Do we really want it?
Because they will give it to you.
Yes.
That's one thing there. You got to be careful with that too, because it's a difference between love and tough love.
Right. I agree.
Because every two childs are not treated the same. Not because the parent didn't want to, but the child was going a different way. The child that was difficult and didn't want to go to school or wouldn't do their homework, and then you got a child that do everything perfect. So the treatment is different.
It's easier to deal with the child who is doing everything right
Yes.
versus dealing with the child who's rebellious.
Yes.
It's so much easier, and just let them do whatever.
Yep.
So,
And that's a danger, and just letting them just go on down the path. And because there is a reason why they're acting out like that.
Yeah. There's something that they need attention to, some type of area. And, you know, the parents, they're either not giving it to them or they don't know how to address the situation. And I hear that all the time. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know where I did wrong. You know, I raised them the same. Just because you raised them, everybody can't be raised the same.
Right.
Just like you can't work with both of your employees, just because you're the manager, you can't work with all your employees the same.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
got to do it different. Everything is individualized.
Yes, because everybody's wired different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you're trying to be like, well, I'm gonna teach you like this. No, you can't do that.
Nope.
We have two daughters, and I recognized early. One was one way and the other was the other way.
Right.
And so you have to, even now, I have to deal with them differently.
You got to parent them differently.
Because they're different. And so, okay, well, Dr. Washington, this is our fourth session.
Already?
Yes.
No,
right. We're going to be doing some more with Dr. Washington because she's a whole movement.
I'm telling you.
Okay? And so what wisdom would you leave with parents overall? With your whole journey, Jamari, Mari for the win. I love that name.
Oh, yeah.
Our children are winners, regardless of, you know, how different they are, how even if they're struggling. One thing that I always tell people is, if you feel like your child, if you suspect that your child may be struggling, and we have intuitions. And if you feel like they're not telling you the truth, reach out to somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
They may not be suicidal. They may not have suicidal ideation, but even if they're struggling, reach out to someone to get them some type of help.
Yes.
Even if you're just tapping into it, even if you're just figuring out, what way do I go as a parent? Because this is what I'm noticing. Don't wait until things get to the extreme. Don't wait until you feel like there's nothing else that you can do for that child. And it happens early on. Don't wait until if they're acting out or, you know, having issues at 5 or 6, get them some type of help. The schools have help. If you have insurance, you know, use your insurance. Get them the help that they need early on so that they can deal with the things that they're dealing with. Because I've seen children as young as 5, they have issues with parents.
Yes.
So we have to get them the help. Don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the symptoms. Be vigilant in your children's lives. And if you see something, say something. If you suspect something, say something. Reach out to somebody, you know, just to make sure that what you're seeing or what you're feeling isn't true, or just to kind of check in with it.
Okay. And if there's, because you do a lot in the community,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
go speak, because you're a motivational speaker. You're out there helping parents to do prevention with suicide. How do they get in contact with you?
Well, I can be reached on Facebook at Mari, Mauri, the number 4, the win, or on our website at mari4thewin.org.
Okay. Well, Dr. Ladovia Hope Washington.
All right.
Thank you so much.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. And please go back and listen to the previous recordings because they are rich in wisdom.
Amen.
We always give out the 988 hotline. There's a text 741. That's free 24/7. There's the NAMI. That's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And we generally give out the suicide prevention line, but we have someone right here that is able and willing to help.
Absolutely.
Okay? So get that information that she just gave out. Okay?
Amen.
And just remember, do not suffer in silence, parents. Do not allow your children, or hopefully be able to, your children don't feel like they have to suffer in silence. Mr. Perry.
You know, in life, I always hear study to show thyself approved. And out of habit, what we do is you study only to find the things in the Bible that you agree with. But you forget about the approved part. The approved part is you're studying and you find a part in the Bible that you are in disagreement in life. So you turn that around and change to the way God sees it. That's the approved part. The approved part is getting in line with God because that you did believe in may not be right. This has been Young People Nation. And remember, there's always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.